Hi everyone, as you probably noticed, my videos are not that creative, but they're meant to be informative. I don't have time to put together blockbuster movies, to be quite honest with you. And that is what the government are good at, is creating attention that leads your focus elsewhere so that you don't go snooping around for information that might cause them some problems. In respect of the UK Resilience Agency, some of you won't have heard of this, and this organisation is mentioned quite happily on the government website, where you can also find some other rather sinister information about what they have done with the data that the Office of National Statistics have collected in respect of what they consider to be vulnerable people, disabled people, people on benefit, and those living in deprived areas, and what their intentions are to do them during the planned if there are any emergencies. Let's call them planned emergencies, because emergencies happen every day of the week, but the government are very good at creating dramas a bit like EastEnders. And you know, these kind of things will attract attention, and there are people that go along with this quite happily. So it is disturbing, because the UK Resilience Agency apparently it has a training centre in Yorkshire, and their plan is to employ 4,000 people a year, or train 4,000 people a year to defend the country or help people during times of emergencies, using this information that the Office of National Statistics have put together and shared amongst government agencies, which would also include Serco. Now, Serco are behind this UK Resilience Agency, along with the government. You can look all of this up. It's quite freely available on the government website. And also there are 3 planned emergency alerts this autumn. It says so. Ignore these alerts. The Resilience Agency, if you can well imagine what kind of people, we know what people they're going to be employing to do this work, because one, they got them here on cheap labour. They didn't pay them anything to come over, but they are paying for their board and lodgings, if that's the word you want to use it, and while giving them driving lessons and all the rest of it. I don't think there's many people that can afford to give their kids this these days, and despite doing my best, my kids still haven't managed to pass their driving test, and nor do they have access to decent education, because they've been turned down by colleges because their grades weren't considered good enough. And if I go down the other road of mentioning, oh well, if they're a different you know, species, then they probably might have got somewhere. Anyway, I'm not going to discuss that any further, but as I said, as I always say, the information is out there. Look up UK Resilience Agency, Serco, and the government website, planned training. What do they call it? It's like I don't even know what they call it, but anyway, this is their run-up to what they would probably call the real thing. So it's a planned exercise. So all these tents that people have seen going up in different places, they're probably going to put people in them and maybe gas them. Who would know? You can't trust the government, and anyone that trusts them in any shape or form needs your head examining. Please leave some comments. It would be nice to hear what your thoughts are on this. But I suggest that the UK Resilience Agency is nothing but an army created full of illegal immigrants. Anyway, have a nice day.